Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here, and welcome back to a new Ninjago Season 11 episode review here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at I believe this is episode 19 of Season 11, entitled The Absolute Worst, and ironically enough, it is not the absolute worst that I've seen. In this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the good things that I enjoyed about the episode, then we're going to jump into some of the bad stuff, and then at the end of the video, I'll be giving the episode itself a score out of 10. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So again, I already said that this episode is not the absolute worst thing that I've seen from Ninjago, but don't get me wrong, this episode is still pretty bad. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on here, and I know it's kind of surprising coming from me. Oh, the anime episode, you said it was bad. Well, yeah, that's because it's a bad episode with bad storytelling and bad dialogue and bad characters, but that does not mean that I didn't like the animation. Of course, the anime ninja were some of the, I guess, most anticipated things from me in recent Ninjago memory to see in this show, and my god, do they not disappoint. The anime ninja are all pretty perfect in designs, with a few exceptions here and there. Those most notable exceptions being Kai and Cole don't really do it for me, but Jay and Zane and Lloyd and Nia, they all look pretty good in my opinion in their anime form. And again, seeing Ninjago in a different type of animation for once was really cool to see. I wasn't expecting this for a long while, but you know, it turns out it actually is pretty cool, and I loved seeing the ninja actually fight in this sort of style. It's very unique to what we've seen previously from Ninjago, obviously. I mean, we jump from Lego minifigures to the actual anime character designs, and they all look pretty good. Of course, again, that does not mean that the episode is perfect, but I did really enjoy that aspect of the episode. Basically, everything else that's bad about the episode is, again, basically everything else. This episode is the very first filler episode from the Ice Chapter story, and in my opinion, it really didn't need to happen in the first place. I love the experimentation, though. I love the anime art style for the ninja, but I do have to agree that in the middle of the Ice Chapter kind of seems like a little bit of an inappropriate time to introduce this. Of course, the episode focuses on the villains from Cryptarium Prison, talking about how each ninja is terrible and which ninja is their least favorite, but, you know, it's not really, I guess, too important to the plot. And a lot of the dialogue is pretty hit or miss as well. I mean, a lot of these characters, like the Ultraviolet and the Mechanic, and especially Fugitive, I mean, they don't really add anything to the story, so not really too much to go off of here. We do see Samurai X, though, at the end of the episode, so I guess that's something. It kind of, I guess, makes up for it a little bit, but not really. And overall, some of the, I guess, actual execution of the episode itself is kind of terrible. I mean, overall, this episode is just kind of, it's not disappointing because there's definitely a lot that I enjoyed, but it's not, I guess, as high quality as some other Ninjago episodes that we've seen, especially from the Ice Chapter. The Ice Chapter was going off to a really good start. Unfortunately, this episode is probably the worst of the Ice Chapter, but again, it's not the absolute worst that I've seen out of Ninjago. I still found myself enjoying this episode quite a bit. Unfortunately, it doesn't really, I guess, summarize itself as a solid episode in general. When you compare it to the rest of the Ice Chapter episodes, it just doesn't belong, and it kind of feels like a waste of time. But again, I do appreciate the experimentation, and I hope they do more episodes like this at a more appropriate time. And to wrap it up for this video, I'm going to go ahead and give this episode a 5 out of 10 for everything I listed in this review. Not, I guess, a terrible score by any means, but there definitely is not a lot to give it a positive score. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. As always, big shout out to my Patreon supporters, including Alptamon Studios and the Marvelous Jan. Thank you so much for pledging to the various tiers, and you guys will receive a spoken shout out and a written shout out at the end of every video. With that being said, guys, thanks a lot for watching this one once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.